People always cheat on tests, sure. On taxes, absolutely. But I'm talking about something a little more personal. People are cheating on their partners. And the weird part is that it's not just the bad people doing it. It's the people who swear they never would. People in happy relationships. People who are in love. So why do people cheat? In this video, we will explore the motivations and needs that cheaters seek to fulfill that justify cheating for them. And if you've done it yourself, the reason is definitely in here. Number one, in some cases, cheating happens because the opportunity presents itself and the person gives in to temptation. This could involve scenarios like being under the influence of alcohol, spending extended time in close proximity to someone outside the relationship, or simply finding the situation too convenient to resist. These moments can lower self-control and blur the line between right and wrong, making infidelity a seemingly impulsive decision. For example, a work trip or a late-night party can create an environment where boundaries feel less defined. The mix of emotional vulnerability, social interactions, or substances can reduce self-awareness, leading someone to act in a way they wouldn't normally consider. The key factor here is the presence of a tempting situation combined with weakened self-control. Cheating motivated by opportunity often points to a lack of impulse control or an underdeveloped sense of accountability. These individuals may struggle to think beyond the immediate gratification of the moment, ignoring the potential consequences of their actions. They may also lack a clear internal moral compass, relying on external circumstances to guide their behavior rather than a consistent sense of responsibility. This behavior can also reveal a tendency to avoid personal accountability. Someone who cheats because it just happened might use the situation or their environment as an excuse to deflect blame rather than acknowledging their own role in the decision. This mindset can indicate emotional immaturity or a lack of self-discipline, making it difficult for them to maintain trust in their relationships. While opportunity and temptation may feel like one-off occurrences, they often signal deeper patterns. People who succumb to temptation once are more likely to repeat the behavior if they don't address the underlying issues over time. This creates a cycle of betrayal and regret. Number two, one of the most common reasons people cheat is dissatisfaction, either emotional, physical, or both. When someone feels neglected or unappreciated, they may seek validation elsewhere. For example, someone who feels emotionally abandoned might crave the attention and affirmation that they're missing at home. They might find comfort in a person who listens to them or makes them feel valued. On the other hand, a partner who feels a lack of physical connection might seek out the excitement or intimacy they feel is absent in their current relationship. This external validation can serve as a temporary bandage for their deeper feelings of dissatisfaction, though it rarely resolves the underlying issues. When someone cheats due to dissatisfaction, it often points to challenges in their ability to communicate and confront problems head on. Instead of addressing or expressing their feelings with their partner, they choose avoidance, looking outside the relationship for what they perceive as missing. This reveals unresolved insecurities. Perhaps they don't feel worthy of expressing their needs, fear conflict, or lack the tools to navigate difficult conversations. This doesn't necessarily mean they're bad people, but it does indicate emotional immaturity. While the act of cheating might temporarily soothe their dissatisfaction, it creates deeper holes in the relationship and introduces guilt, shame, or further emotional distance. What could have been addressed through open communication now becomes a much larger, more damaging issue. Number three, for some individuals, cheating isn't about being unhappy, it's about chasing excitement. Breaking the rules and living on the edge can bring a thrilling rush of adrenaline. The forbidden nature of it feels exciting, especially for those feeling bored or stuck in their daily routine. This desire for novelty often stems from a craving to break free from the ordinary. In long-term relationships, the initial spark of passion can fade, leaving some individuals longing for the exhilaration they felt at the beginning of a romance. Rather than addressing this feeling with their partner or seeking new ways to bring excitement into their current relationship, they might look outside for stimulation. The appeal isn't necessarily about the person they're cheating with. It's the thrill of doing something taboo. The secrecy, the danger of getting caught, and the unpredictability of the experience all contribute to a sense of excitement they might feel is missing from their day-to-day life. Cheating motivated by thrill-seeking often points to a fear of monotony or stagnation. These individuals may struggle to find fulfillment in stable, predictable environments and might use risky behavior as a way to escape from feelings of boredom or dissatisfaction with themselves, rather than confronting their own feelings of restlessness or seeking healthier ways to cultivate excitement. They chase external distractions. But while the thrill of cheating might provide a momentary escape from the mundane, it rarely offers a lasting solution. Once the novelty wears off, these individuals are often left facing the same feelings of dissatisfaction they sought to avoid. In some cases, the added guilt or complexity of their actions only deepens their unhappiness. Ultimately, chasing excitement through infidelity reflects an unsustainable way of coping with boredom. Number 4. For some individuals, it's all about entitlement. These individuals operate under the belief that they are free from the rules of monogamy or that they deserve more than what their partner can offer. This mindset may lead them to rationalize infidelity as a natural extension of their needs or as something they're inherently entitled to pursue, regardless of the consequences. This sense of entitlement often comes with a disregard for the emotional harm they may cause. They may view relationships as transactional, where their own desires and gratification outweigh any responsibility to their partner. The idea of loyalty or mutual respect takes a back seat to their pursuit of personal satisfaction. Cheating driven by entitlement often points to narcissistic tendencies or a lack of empathy. These individuals prioritize their own desires and view their partner's feelings as secondary or irrelevant. Narcissistic traits such as a need for admiration, a lack of accountability, or an inflated sense of self-worth can drive this behavior. Such individuals may see their actions as justified, framing their infidelity as a result of their partner's perceived shortcomings. This deflection not only shields them from guilt, but also reinforces their belief that they owed something more. Their inability or unwillingness to consider the emotional toll on their partner highlights a significant lack of emotional intelligence and empathy. Cheating rooted in entitlement is often part of a larger pattern of self-serving actions. These individuals may struggle to maintain healthy, balanced relationships as their focus tends to be on what they can gain rather than what they can contribute. This behavior often leads to repeated betrayals, broken trust, and fractured connections over time. This behavior can leave them isolated, as their actions undermine the very relationships they depend on for validation and support. Number 5. For some individuals, cheating is less about attraction or excitement, and more about creating distance in their relationship. It becomes a way, whether subconscious or deliberate, to sabotage the connection with their partner. This behavior is often driven by a fear of commitment or a discomfort with intimacy. By stepping outside the relationship, they establish an emotional barrier, ensuring they don't get too close or invested. Cheating driven by emotional detachment often points to deeper, unresolved fears, such as a fear of abandonment or vulnerability. These individuals may push others away as a form of self-protection, believing that if they distance themselves first, they can avoid the pain of being hurt or rejected. While cheating might offer temporary relief from the pressure of emotional closeness, it rarely resolves the root cause. Instead, it deepens their internal conflict and erodes trust in the relationship. These individuals often find themselves trapped in a cycle of distancing behavior, perpetuating the very loneliness they fear. In some cases, the act of cheating is a passive way to end a relationship they no longer feel safe in emotionally. Instead of confronting their feelings, they might use infidelity as an escape hatch, forcing their partner to take action or creating a rift that makes reconciliation difficult. For others, cheating may be a way to avoid vulnerability altogether, maintaining control over their emotions by never fully giving themselves to their partner. The result is often a self-fulfilling prophecy. By pushing their partner away, they reinforce their belief that intimacy always leads to pain or loss. Cheating isn't just a reflection of individual behavior, it's also a mirror of societal norms and expectations. But ultimately, cheating is a choice that reveals more about the person making it than the person they betray. Understanding why people cheat doesn't excuse the behavior, but it can provide insights into the complexity of relationships and the human psyche. And maybe, just maybe, it can help us navigate the messy, beautiful chaos of love with a little more compassion. Understanding the motivations behind infidelity can help us reflect on our own relationships and behaviors. If you're feeling dissatisfied or disconnected, address these emotions openly with your partner rather than seeking fulfillment elsewhere. Communication is key. Expressing your needs and listening to theirs fosters trust and intimacy. Avoid situations that tempt impulsivity, like excessive drinking or emotional isolation with someone outside the relationship. Recognize that excitement in long-term relationships requires effort. Prioritize quality time and share shared experiences to keep the spark alive. Lastly, take accountability for your actions. Cheating often stems from unresolved personal issues, so focus on self-awareness and growth. Building a healthy relationship starts with valuing yourself and your partner equally.